Hello students, now I am going to start with the topic or with the question which I have given you as a homework, that you have to calculate the electric field lines, or you have to draw the equipotential surfaces for the combination of a positive and negative charge. And in yesterday's lecture we have considered the case for a positive and both positive charges, or when we have both the charges of same signs. For example, two positive charges. Also in exam, if you are asked the question regarding that you need to draw the equipotential surfaces for two negative charges, then same thing is going to follow. So only the difference is that when you have placed the two positive charges over here, you will simply show the two negative charges. I am again repeating, in your exam if you are asked the question regarding the two negative charges, then you have to draw here for the two negative charges only. Rather things or the other things are going to remain same. Now moving ahead, for the combination of a positive and a negative charge, a positive and a negative चार्ज, क्या होगा भाई, एक पॉजिटिव चार्ज है और एक नेगेटिव चार्ज है. एज वी नो द बोथ चार्जेस आर हैविंग अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन देम, सो द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इन दिस पोर्शन विल बी मोर and hence shown by crowded lines. As in yesterday's lecture I have told you that the crowded lines show the more value of electric field and the broader or the narrower lines show the less value of electric field. Since we have a positive and negative charge, so there will be attraction between the two charges, resulting in the more electric field in this region, and hence the crowded lines, resulting in the more electric field in this region, and hence the crowded lines. So we are going to have our equipotential surfaces in this particular form. We are going to have our equipotential surfaces in this particular form for when we have a positive and a negative charge, or when we have to draw the equipotential surfaces for the combination of a positive and the negative charge at the same time. So here in this region we have a strong field, in this region we have a weak field, also in this region we have a weak electric field. So in this way we are done with the combination of, or the equipotential surfaces for the combination of a positive and a negative charge. Moving to the next thing. Sorry. The next question is, you have to draw the equipotential surfaces. You need to draw the equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surface for the uniform electric field. If we have uniform electric field, then you have to draw the equipotential surfaces. How? When we have a uniform electric field, then the equipotential surfaces are shown by this diagram. When we have the uniform electric field, then the equipotential surfaces is shown by this diagram. Then the equipotential surfaces is shown by this diagram. And if we have a non-uniform electric field, then the electric field lines or the equipotential surfaces are drawn in this way, such that the separation between the lines is going to decrease. ये कौन सा केस है, जब हमारी जो पोटेंशियल है, जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, वो यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है. Which means that if we have the uniform electric field, then there would be an equal separation, or there would be a small drastic separation. For example, the next line would also be in this way. But if we have the non-uniform electric field, then as shown here, the separation is going to decrease between the lines. Next question is, what is the work done in moving the charge along the equipotential surface? Work done in moving charge along the equipotential surface. What is the work done in moving the charge along the equipotential surface? You have to calculate the value of this work done. In previous lectures, I have told you that the difference in potential is given by the formula or this particular formula. So by this formula, we have the value of work done as Q naught multiplied by VB minus VA. I hope this simple thing is clear to you. In our previous lecture, I have told you this particular formula or this particular relation between the potentials and the work done and our test charge, which is playing the main role in picture, which we are moving from a point, say from point A to point B, from point P to point Q, and so on. Therefore, equipotential surface, as I have told you, equipotential surfaces are those surfaces on which or those surfaces in which the value of potential remains same everywhere. Same value of potential will be followed. So if we have an equipotential surface, that means that VB is equal to VA. If we have an equipotential surface, that simply means that VB is equal to VA. And if VB is equal to VA, then from this particular equation, WAB is nothing but equal to 0. If VB is equal to VA, then WAB is nothing but equal to a big 0. Therefore, we can say that this question, that what is the work done in moving the charge along the equipotential surface, reduces to the answer 0. Why? Because equipotential surfaces are those surfaces on which the value of potential remains same everywhere. And if we have the same value of potential, that results in the 0 work done. And hence, we have to do no work in moving the charge along the equipotential surface. Moving to the next topic. Next topic is, what is potential energy of the system of two charges? Potential energy of the system of two charges. We have two charges. So what is the value of potential difference or potential energy for the system of two charges? Again, I simply want to say you one thing, that we are going to increase our case. For example, here we have considered two charges. In other steps, we are going to consider 3, 4, and so on. This is a little bit starting. We started with the two charges, and we are going to start with the more number of charges also. So, the potential between two charges is defined as the amount of work done in bringing the charges from infinity to that point. How? Let us consider a Cartesian system. Let us consider a Cartesian system. And suppose we have taken a charge, say Q1, from infinity we have taken a charge q1 from infinity to this particular point. So let us consider, or I simply want to say to you one simple thing. When we are going to consider any article, or when we consider any article, we consider the simple fact that we have brought that charge from infinity, कि हम अपने उस चार्ज को infinity से लेकर के आए हैं अपने present point पर. Also in this article I have considered that suppose we have brought a charge q1 from infinity to this point which is present at the distance r1. So we have brought a charge q1 which is now present at a distance r1 from the origin of our Cartesian system. So what is the potential of charge q1, say at some point P? We have to calculate the potential of charge q1 at point P. If this distance is r12, the distance from between this point and this point is nothing but r12. What is the value of potential at point P due to charge q1? It is given by V1, that is potential of charge q1 at point P, that is equal to kq by r12. Rather, kq1 by r12, and by our previous lectures we know that k is nothing but equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Therefore, this is the value for V1. V1 is equal to q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r12. This is nothing but the potential of charge q1 at point P, or it is the work done in bringing the charge q1 from infinity to this particular point. Now, what happens, or what is the work done in bringing a charge q2 at this point? I have placed the charge q2 at point P and I have shown it by an arrow that I have placed the charge in this point. यहाँ पर मैंने अपने चार्ज q2 को प्लेस किया है. So what is the work done in bringing the charge q2 in the potential of charge q1? एक सिस्टम में पहले से चार्ज q1 प्रेजेंट था, अब वहां पर अपने एक और चार्ज को लेकर के आए. You have brought your charge q2 in that place. You have brought your charge q2 on that place. तो कुछ वर्क आपको करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो चार्ज पहले से उस सिस्टम में प्रेजेंट था, जैसे कि चार्ज q1 पहले से सिस्टम में प्रेजेंट था, तो वो चार्ज एक अपनी पोटेंशियल या इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वहां जनरेट कर चुका है. So we have to do some work in bringing the charge q2 in the potential of charge q1. So work done in bringing the charge q2 in the potential of charge q1, it is equal to V1 multiply q2, that is q1 q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r12. This is nothing but the work done in bringing the charge q2 in the potential of charge q1. कि q1 की potential पहले से थी. Simple case है भाई. If some charge is present from past position, तो उसको कुछ तो वहां पर उसने अपनी एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पोटेंशियल इतने टाइम में जनरेट की होगी. तो दूसरा चार्ज जब हम उस फील्ड में लेके आएंगे, देन वी हैव टू डू सम वर्क. Some work has to be done by us, and that work is given by this particular expression. So in this way we are done with the potential of the system of two charges, and from next lecture we are going to consider what is the potential when we brought the third charge in the system in which the two charges are present. Thank you. Be regular with videos. Study hard. Be regular.